These aliens, not knowing that even with the sleek design and increased lethality, these space blasters will never be able to strike both fear and love into our hearts like the original Super Soaker.
Chachi! Chachi Morty.
You, Rick. We get it. You don't care about anyone or anything. And I don't care about you not caring about anyone or anything. And the person viewing this video doesn't care about me not caring about you, not caring about anyone or anything. Justice for Chachi.
Did you get the ultimate cube?
Is anyone else thinking about cube squared hypercube? It has nothing to do with this episode, but neither does this MacGuffin. I mean, cube. Also, now I'm just upset we never got cubed ultimate cube because someone decided Cube Zero was a better idea. F***ing cubes. I mean, prequels.
I want my dragon! I want my dragon! I want my dragon!
Kids. The convenient trajectory of this out-of-control fall to planet Earth where they land close enough to be discovered and taken to a hospital that somehow knows to contact their family without anyone questioning the whole space travel part. Or Rick and Morty survive this. You choose.
Your ship crashed in Malta.
Beth points out that Rick's ship entered Earth's orbit and crashed onto an archipelago in the central Mediterranean Sea between Sicily and the North African coast, known for historic sites related to a succession of rulers, including the Romans, Moors, French, British, and the Knights of St. John. Like, that's the weirdest thing about this situation.
I'm okay.
Says the man whose body is in a cast, but more concerningly, whose fingers are outstretched and unbending at the joints. Rick just regained consciousness and his hanging bag of water isn't connected to anything. If I've learned one thing from medical dramas, it's that unconscious people always have a straw going from the hanging bag of water to their arm.
I'm not co-bleeding.
My sister trying to argue her way out of menstrual synchrony at summer camp somehow makes its way into this episode. Also, no one in the neighborhood ever sees any of these things. Ever.
My name is Balthramar, Breaker of Sky, Slayer of Mountain.
If you have to announce that you're slaying it, you're probably not slaying it. And unless dragons are the main contributor to climate change, then I'm going to say that Balthramar has broken more wind than sky.
I'm guessing you'd rather not be tagged in this.
Is she talking to the dragon from another dimension right now? Does she think he would be linked on social media or even know what that is?
I want you to take us to the airport and get us 2 first-class tickets to Florida.
Cats thinking they can just show up in Florida whenever they're looking for a good time like it's their own personal playground. As far as states go, it deserves a little more courtesy than Ohio.
I want to enter my lair and sleep upon my hoard until the age of man expires.
Mondays.
What's this show called? Ass?
They solve ass crimes.
This ass is a clue.
Go to her ass! Go to Brenner ass!
I love you, ass.
Should I pause ass?
Show passes ass for all the gluteus amounts of some butt.
Oh! And that's the end of the Morty Gets a Dragon episode.
It is not.
I hoard that which your kind covets.
But not everyone covets this specific drink, so the dragon could essentially collect any random thing simply because some people like it. Also, why would the Ecto Cooler drink be considered something to covet when it was in production for so long? It's not like it was rare. It was produced for years.
Small Soldier Spin Pops.
Rick loves pop culture things from the past to make him more relatable cliche.
Hey, why do you have Future's self-titled album on vinyl?
Rick loves pop culture things from the present to make him more relatable cliche.
He signed it in Molly and Percocet?
A mixture I can only imagine is something akin to oil pastels. We all know that would never really dry. These beach umbrellas that are not anchored and would absolutely be blown around the beach, flip up with the wind, and knock an unfortunate passerby unconscious. Not that I have any experience minding my own business on a sandy stroll only to be woken up minutes later by a half-naked sunburned man chuckling about probabilities.
Why and who?
It was him.
Right, but she also asked why someone shit in the sand. So is everyone going to just ignore that? What if his reason was so profound that everyone decided to join in and bury their shit on the beach?
What does it mean
It
when...
means you're lame.
Morty just summoned a Taylor Swift concert, likely a live one, and Summer thinks that's lame? That's a free concert. Forcing a caged animal to free its mind with drugs. And yes, I'm assuming the drugs are mind expanding in some way, but even if they aren't, why f with a creature that is f with enough as it is?
I'm
Bonding.
Why does it feel better now? Oh, I hope it's not because you're watching, but don't go anywhere.
Is a thing that Rick says to his grandkids in this episode.
Your dragon soul bonded with my grandpa!
Oh my. I am so sorry. That is a total violation.
Yeah, no
How would Morty know that the dragon shouldn't soul bond with more than one person at a time? Why wouldn't the wizard know that a dragon can soul bond without warning? See, people, this is what happens when no one reads the fine print of the blood bonding contracts that we agree to without a thought.
Grandpa, do something, or I will tweet and you will be canceled.
Show treats this as a credible threat without giving us the slightest idea of how you cancel a Rick. And even if it were possible to cancel your Rickscription, we all know he would just off to some new dimension where he hasn't been canceled yet.
It takes like 78 years to hang a dragon.
What an odd thing for Morty to know. I assume he knows the length of time it would take to hang a dragon because of the book he's reading. So I could also say, what an odd fact to have inside the Tome of Dragon Spells and Lore.
Summer, make it look like it's coming out of your butthole.
Is a thing that Rick just said to his granddaughter in this episode.
Yeah.
Despite this agreement, it does not look like the arrow came out of her butthole. And any attempt to achieve this seems to have been primarily done by the camera operator and not Summer.
Power of 12 feet.
I never thought I would laugh so hard at the simple visual gag of Rick getting his ass kicked. And there's wizard porn in the background. Oh, Rick and Morty, you take my breath away.
And if the goal is to make something up, why not make up something funnier?
That cat would have a point if it listened to the remainder of the bro dude's explanation of what a peanut butter gargoyle actually is. It could have been hilarious, and for that reason alone, I'm angry that the cat interrupted. Guess I'll never fully understand this totally made-up hilarious sex position and its correlation to statues and mashed peanuts. Stupid cat.
Oh, why can't couples that start out cheating ever end up happy?
Did Rick know he was cheating? Their night of fun seemed to explode into accidental bonding and not intentional cheating. And sure, Rick would have cheated anyway, and we all know it, but this didn't seem to be that sort of situation. They were both surprised by it.
How about finding the spell that unbinds me from your f***ing dragon?
No spells can do that. Only the wizard can unbind soul bombs.
Yes, and the primary tools of wizards are spells. But instead of arguing that, I'll just say that 2 minutes later, they all agree that killing the wizard can break the bond, so either way, this statement is untrue.
Yeah, we like it down here because we can woolly mammoths. Get out!
Before watching this episode, I never really thought about woolly mammoth erotica, but knew it wasn't a thing. And now, thanks to the writers and the internet, I have confirmation that it is in fact a thing. So this sin is for humanity's boundless creativity and the fact that we found ways to use it that can simultaneously inspire wonder and evoke fear.
It's high time I emerge from my cocoon.
Puberty.
So killing the wizard will break my soul bond.
Yes, it solves all of our problems.
In a rush to get on with the dragon show glosses over all the important questions related to this resolution, like how or why.
Maybe don't tell your parents we did this.
Why wouldn't he? Morty didn't agree to this experience at all. He was actively looking for a way out of it without having to soul bond with 9 other beings. He should talk to someone about this violation of his person and entirely too early exposure to the pleasures of interspecies bonding.
Wait, why did the dragon come?
Because you soul him?
And have a soul orgy with your sister and grandpa and every dragon we could find, yeah?
Is a thing. Cindy, do I really have to complete this one, or do you get the point? Cool. Thanks.
No, look, I just want to be clean. I feel dirty after everything that's happened.
How about a quick hand bond?
This moment of pressuring a kid into any number of sexual soul bonding scenarios goes on for all of the should-be jailed amounts of some time.
I'm from outer space. Happy? No. Exactly, because no answer would be satisfying.
Writers use this cat as a proxy in their attempt to gaslight me into thinking my need for answers is what has left me unsatisfied by this episode and not the boner-killing dragon cest.
Get out! Get out!
I'm not sure why Rick doesn't just kill this cat for whatever it did. He just went through and murdered all the wizard's guards, even the ones that were just reading a book. Why did the writers draw the line at murdering a horrific alien cat creature that causes Rick to consider suicide? It's for the post-credits scene, isn't it?
Why the fuck does it feel like you're whipping me? Ow!
Ow! Do something!
Slut thief! You're a slut thief! A slut dragon, also a slut.
We are the slut dragons. Slut caves.
Slut dragons? Be sluts up there?
All dragons are sluts.
Enough sluts, fresh, wet sluts. 10 sluts soul orgy. The all slut phoenix dragon slut.
Slut!
I'd already lost. You didn't love me as much as I loved you.
What does that have to do with L.A.?
You indulge in volcanic fumes.
Devil Geezer. It makes you behave like the village drunkard in some early Irish novel.
We'll reach the boundaries of Fantasia.
Do you know when they are?
I have no idea.
I summon thee.
Come from the farthest space, through wind and darkness I summon thee.
Stone
monster! Stick that up your ass!
See, that's your problem, Jason. You were never serious about the craft.
You'll shoot your eye out! You'll shoot your eye out!
Power of 12 feet! Oh, ow! I take it all back!
And ever since that day, I have hated magic and all those who practice it.
Shadowjacker, you haven't come out of your masturbation cave in eons!
Let me show you how to break your 3 ways.
It's a cat!
That is not a cat.